Everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to do X-Men Children of the Atom, issue of, let's say, book 2 by Marvel Comics by Joe Casey, Steve Root. So this is basically more an, let's say, reimagining of the origin of the X-Men, I believe. It's not really canon, but there's a lot of things in there that I really, really like. So let's go in. So so this is around, I believe, the 1960s, I guess. Maybe 70s, and so Xavier has a job here as a guidance officer on the school, and he, invites Scott Summers. So he says, "Hey, Scott, it says that your parents died in a plane crash. Is that true?" "Well, is it?" "Yes." "Now you live with Northeast with a foster parents, correct?" "I know that look. You don't trust me, but I know, may know you better than you think I do. So, what's with the sunglasses?" And so Scott says that that his eyes are sensitive to light and he's get headaches. So, but yeah, of course, Xavier doesn't trust that. I mean, he can read minds. But, Scott has none of that. And he says, "Hey, Mr. Whatever your name is, you got my file. I need to go," and all that stuff. And then Xavier says that, "Hey, I got a good nose for sniffing, the loneliness of people." And Scott says, "Hey, I'm trying to do my best here, being the new guy in school, and I just want to be left alone." That's basically what he says. Now, what Steve Root is very well doing in this book is visual storytelling without telling, right? Without text. And as you can see here, so this guy is getting harassed here. He's just looking away. He goes to this weird, dark neighborhood, and he comes to the house of his foster parents. But his foster parent is actually a criminal, and he's talking to other guys doing some kind of a criminal activities. And he's the typical bully, very aggressive guy, And he says, "You're late, kid. You were wasting time making nice with the other kiddies, were you? I told you not to talk to anyone." "Wasn't me. The bus was late." "The bus was late. Sure, I believe you. Don't try to front me, kid. You think I don't know how bad you want to bail on me? Reminder, I own you, and I feel like it, and I'll kick your face in. You're nothing without me. I'll beat you till that's all you know. You hearing me?" And he's throwing a chair, right? So he's getting it in Scott's face. He's really aggressive. And he says, "Hey, maybe I should burn Jack Winters on your forehead." And Scott is all scared. And then he screams more like, "Man, I kill you without thinking twice. That's what you want?" "That's what I thought. Don't forget what you owe me, kid. Who found you when you were running from the cops? Who didn't send you back to the orphanage?" And I also screams that he's, giving him his glasses. So Scott here, as you can see, he's taking his glasses off because he sees something on the wall. A cockroach. Wow, cockroach, right? Nice. "I heard that. You're gonna fix those holes too. Ain't losing my security depot." That meanwhile on the school, Bobby Drake is being bullied by these, anti-mutant guys. And but they still, I believe, don't know if he is a mutant. Maybe suspect, so he's, bullying him, kicking him, want to bash his brains in. But then Hank McCoy comes in and he is saving the day. He said, "Come on, mutie." It seems that they know that he's a mutant, but it seems a lot of people look the other way because he is, is very good at American football and high school football, all that stuff. So they give him a pass or something like that. Not entirely sure. So if you just, pause the video and just look here just quietly. Like I said, a lot of visual storytelling. It looks really good. And so Hank says to Bobby, "Next time, don't get caught alone in the John, kid. You got to watch out for those kids." And he said, "Yeah, I'm going to get you next time, mutie." Awesome. So ads, okay, skipping. Meanwhile, in the Gray's mansion, I guess, they heard a ruckus, right? And there's a lot of noise coming from Jean's chamber, bedroom chamber. So and she's here floating, and the astounding amount of detail that's on screen that is crazy. I'm going to show you a little bit here. And this specific panel reminds me a lot of Jack Kirby stuff. And I believe Steve Root is a big fan of Kirby because he's doing his own thing. He's more like let's say it's a vintage artist. That's the word I'm using. He's doing that old school stuff really, really well. So they're grabbing her and they're calming her down because she's had a nightmare and she's all scared and all stuff. Really cool and well done. Then going back to the anti-mutant militia, right? And they are talking to this guy about get their asses kicked, right? And he says, hey, you need to do something about that. So take a look in this suitcase. There's a weapon for you. You two want in? I just gave you, both of you, a way in. That is so righteous, so true. Also, Mr. Metzger, so that's I believe the leader of the anti-mutant militia. He's, probably this guy is working for him. And he says, what I want to know is, are you willing to do what is necessary for Homo sapien America? Scrubs, the anti-mutant militia needs you. So then we have some mini comic in here, skipping all of that crap. And then, speaking of typical America, sorry guys. This Metzger guy is still on the news. Lots of propaganda here, and this fat woman here says, "Hey Starkey, run to the kitchen and get me another beer." Starkey, well, Starkey has other troubles because Starkey is also part of the anti-mutant militia, right? And then we go to I believe, high school American football thingy. I'm not, like I said, I'm not from America. I'm not sure how it all works. And American football is not really for me, but, I appreciate it that what you're doing here is, I know it's a big thing there over there, but also Steve and Joe Casey, the storyteller, takes their time to actually highlight American football in comics. And what I mean is that they are not showing one page and then, I don't know, a superhero jumps in and fights. No. They just, show all these panels with, throwing balls and running. And I'm sorry for simplifying all that. Like I said, I don't know the rules. Bobby is here as well with his parents, and they say, hey, what's going on? He doesn't feel really good, right? And great stuff, cheerleaders and all that stuff. They are strategizing, etc. And then, these guys are on the top of this. I don't know, where is this, by the way? I cannot find it here. But so maybe on some kind of a rooftop near the field, right? This bird is mine, baby, he says. Okay, so like I said, they are taking their time, and the artist is drawing all these great panels and winning the game, and people are happy, and the crowd is happy, and they're cheering and all that stuff. It's just great stuff. But then Hank noticed something that he's being targeted, and then he does this. Again, visual storytelling at its finest. So everybody down, and he jumps over the crowd. I love the different perspectives, by the way. The Shadow and Bobby said, what? And his teammate says, Jimmy, I see it, but I didn't believe it. So he jumps all the way up to the rooftop and takes out these guys that wants to shoot him. And again, different perspective, and he's fighting those guys and looks really cool. But then this anti-militia guy kicks him in the nuts, but then he loses his balance and falls over over the edge, and he dies. And then the cops come, and also it's all in the news, and Hank is being taken away, and right. So the other guy runs away, right, because there were two of them, and he says, "Starkey, let me in. I know you're in there. Come on, Starkey. Reuben bought it. The freak McCoy. I barely made it out here before the cops." And Starkey says, "Get away from me, Starkey. No wonder you were tonight. You were one of them. Stinking mutie, you're dead. Yeah, you better run. We're gonna hunt all of you down. Every last one of you. Your life is so over, mutie." Yeah. Yes. And then more propaganda with this guy is going to be, I believe, the evil guy in this book, I guess. And then this agent, that he's working with Xavier. He says, "Hey, nice house. Why do I get the feeling there's more to this place than meets the eye? Think what you want." So yeah, so the AT guy says, I really, if my superiors knew I was talking to you like this, I could take care of that for you. No, I don't think so. Well, I think there's enough mind control in my organization already. He's FBI, I guess. So they talk about past events, what happened in the last issue about certain people getting hunted, also about a giant robot getting after that flying guy, Angel, and but they don't know that. He said, "What are you planning here?" So Xavier says, "You heard about the incident at Freeport High, the football game? It's a dangerous world. They need a place to train, to learn to defend themselves without guilt or remorse." Kind of militant, don't you think? Is it any more militant than mutant hunting constructs that serve only one purpose, to kill? Or a militia that recruits kids off the streets and put guns in their hands? I'm not sure what we're facing, but I do know this. At this moment, we are not ready. But we will be. I can promise you that. So yeah, great stuff. There's a lot of layers here. I like that. And so McCoy is being booted from school or something like that, or he's out of the football game because his trainer doesn't want to do anything with him anymore. And then his principal says, "Hey, maybe you should, don't go to school for a while." And his teammates are, banishing him. And then Xavier comes and he says, "You thought you had all the bases covered, didn't you? Football star, big man on campus, hiding in plain sight. Not a bad idea, until now. Now you know how it is for the rest of us. The question is, what are you going to do with that knowledge? I know you're smart, smarter than anyone I've knew. So maybe you can figure it out. You can't hide anymore. Welcome to the real world, Hank." Xavier's a little bit of a dick here. But then we go, well, this is the last one. So it seems that the criminals want to infiltrate a nuclear power plant because there are some classified formulas there here, certain maybe chemical weapons. And he says, "I got foreign contacts that pay big bucks for those formulas." So, and then they all talk about security, and they look at Scott and says, "Well, any guys we come across, we're gonna get pulverized. We got the ace in the hole. One look and it's lights out." Ain't that right, Scotty? So yeah, I really like this. Like some kind of a retelling from what came before. Like I said, this is the second time, and I don't know. How old is this book anyway? It says here. Jesus Christ, I can barely see it. 2 December 1999. Wow, so it's 24 years ago. Or longer, I'm not sure. So this is my second time, and I think I like it because it didn't click with me, when I bought it, but now it does because I can now. I just looked at pretty pictures and action scenes, but the story was more like a side thing for me. But now it's the other way around, right? I'm just looking more at the story and said, "Hey, yeah, this is actually cool." Guys, let me know what you think about it, and leave a comment on all that stuff. And see you next time. Bye bye.